heat number 2, and there is the collegiate record holder and twice the outdoor champion. It is the junior from New Mexico, and Josh Kerr with a heck of a race last year. He's following a certain path he laid out for his collegiate career, but rather holding on and enjoying the ride. Kerr takes it. Look at how confident he was, and look at his form. I mean, just not breaking down at all. Robert Domanek trying to catch him, but without any luck at all. And Kerr makes it back to back in the 1500.
Well, a number of athletes coming here to the NCAA championships that are trying to go perfect this year. Josh Kerr, one of them. Grant Holloway and Michael Norman all trying to have undefeated seasons. But Josh Kerr, Dwight, we have seen him run slow paces and outkick people. We've seen him run extremely fast paces and almost do all the work himself. Question is, you know, can anybody come up with a strategy really to beat this guy? He's not perfect. I mean, he was 5th at his conference meet in the 800 meters, so his conference is really tough, but certainly undefeated the last couple years in this race.
He was also first in the mile at the NCAA Indoor Championships, and he had gotten himself in a little trouble in that race and managed to run himself right out of it for that victory. And that collegiate record he broke was an old one, Sidney Marie, out at Azusa Pacific earlier this spring, out of my neck of the woods.
Well, and we'll see if the Virginia Tech athlete there in the front, Vincent Ciotti, who's the ACC indoor and outdoor champ, can set a little bit faster pace than they did in Heat 1.
This is a much more honest pace, 61 and a little bit.
There you go.
And that's going to make it a little more honest. It's also going to give a better chance for the 6th and 7th placers in this heat to potentially move on to the final. Luis Grijalva from that Northern Arizona distance power right there up in 2nd place, right next to Vincent Ciotti. Kerr biding his time back in the back.
Well, Vincent Ciotti, part of that indoor national championship distance medley relay. A lot of experience. He was 2nd in the indoor mile this last year.
And the pace has really slowed down now. Ciotti and Grijalva not really pushing it after going through in 61.5. I think this 2nd lap is going to turn out to be a lot slower.
Well, and that's perfectly fine with Josh Kerr, who's trying to conserve his energy, trying to do as little as absolutely possible. You'll see an outstanding kick from him, but you know, he's just able 2:08 at the half mile, and that's an easy jog for Josh Kerr.
So somebody needs to push it here as Kerr now goes wide and is getting himself out of trouble. He was right in the middle of this 12 runner pack, and probably not a good place to be as the pace slowed down. Now on the shoulder of Vincent Ciotti and out of trouble. Number 6 there, Sam Worley of Texas, now moving up on his shoulder.
Well, the Big 12 champ, Sam Worley's having a heck of a season. One of the most highly touted high school runners in the country, coming out of high school and living up to his billing here at Texas.
Also, there's Robert Domanek from Ole Miss moving into position as well. His senior year, he was part of that Ole Miss distance crew that started really changing the face of the SEC from being a sprints, hurdles, jumps conference, now turning also into a middle distance power.
Well, he also had a huge personal best at that Brian Clay Invitational. He ran 3:36.33. That was the first time that he'd been under 3:40, so big improvement for him this year.
A lot more athletes in contention now with a little more than 200 meters to go with a little bumping going there. Josh Kerr now shifting gears, getting himself out of trouble, but this is going to be a little more competitive for those top 5 positions. That is Mike Marcella of Virginia trying to make a move on Kerr, and Kerr rebuffs it. You can see there's a lot of athletes in contention. Domanek goes wide. He's out in the lane 3, out of trouble. Kerr still up front, going to win the heat. Domanek, then Ciotti, Worley, and it looks like Cameron Griffith of Arkansas got that 5th and final position, but those 6th and 7th placers are going to move through on time. So Kerr really did masterful job getting himself out of trouble and into contention.
Well, just when you thought maybe he's boxed in, there's some people around him, he manages to work his way to the outside, but he did exactly what the Oregon Ducks did. Did exactly what the Oregon Ducks did with about 600 meters to go. Got himself clear. That seems to be the moving point here in the 1,500 meters, and then he's on the rail in first position. He'll move slightly out to straddle lanes 1 and 2 to not give anybody an easy chance to pass. But you see just what makes him such a fantastic runner. He can do it from the front. He can do it from the back.
So a real crash for those 6th and 7th places because they get through on time. Kerr wins it with Domanic, Chiotti, Worley, and Griffith, but Amos Bartelsmeyer and Mike Marcella get through on time into the final. So the top 7 move along to Friday's 1,500-meter final.